Greek meaning poesía. I create, yo creo, conveying love, at times some anger, lyrical yet magical methods of manifestations. I love it. A way of remembering, holding on to memory, preservation is called poetry. Predating literacy in many languages, 9 elements of poetry, alliteration, assonance, consonance, figurative language, poetry. I love the imagery. Rhyme with me, feeling the rhythm, sometimes bongos, but today cover me. I'm going in with drums and violins. I'm Dr. Poetry, a dancer while I write a stanza, choosing wisely my tone, bailando el son, escuchando la clave. Poetry, feeling the recentering rapidly to the movement of my pen as I express my thoughts through poem. What many refer to poetry, but was Latin really derived from the Romans? Negative, it's from the Phoenicians. Latin realmente no derivó de los romanos. After all, aren't we all hermanas y hermanos? Honors to all languages as we keep creating. We may all be speaking, but are we really communicating? I see you over there playing investigator all in my hair, pero yo no me ha muerto para que me estén velando. Entiendo lo que estoy falando, mi filia. Fica con calma, nene. No fica así, no. No fica con rabia, no. No one is shaming you for speaking different languages that connect us all. There's always truth in the lie, and I choose to rely on my frequency. But for me, it's the ability to express my thoughts in several languages. After all, the point of it all is to connect and not disconnect. Protection for the connection. Embrace my affection. In poética dieri, soy doctora poesía, soy la doctora poesial. ¿A qué aconteció como lengua latina? Ella es extinta. What happened to the Latin language? Is it extinct? Is it dead? Está muerto. Que un mergulano inició de latín. ¿El dónde veo? ¿De dónde vino? Phoenician derived, said the Romanos. So they added CIC to create a romantic language of French, Romanian, Spanish, and Portuguese. Poesía. There's always truth in a lie, and I choose to rely on my frequency to embrace all dialects, accents that beautifully remind us of our diversified ancestry. Poesía. Sounds like a lot, right? I love it. Speaking Latin, Portuguese, and Spanish, but where did it come from? Phoenician. No one is shaming you for speaking different languages. Ninguém tá falando mentira, minha filha. Fica com calma, neném. Da mão não fica assim, não. There's always truth in the lie, and I choose to rely on my frequency. Frequency. Ninguém me está adorando você por falar diferente. A linguagem que nos conecta a todos. Yo amo poesía con toda mi alma. Poesía. Feel free to hate on me. I'm Dr. Poetry, and I love poetry. Mentally, I stand in New York, frigid and cold. The metropolis obscuring my breath. The skyscraper speaks of you, Mom. My lighthouse, amid the winter crowd. And I'm in Puerto Rico, where the ocean is blue. Like your present feelings of Christmas, my heart clings to you and your old pots in our kitchen, living room, and old vinyls. Man, that dementia lingers in your mind, and all I think of is peppermint memories, fading into what now is a brain fog, leaving just the sense of cinnamon and the sound of your laughter, dancing to a festive song, both in English and Spanish. I repeatedly tell myself that things will never be the same, but I'm allowing this truth to resonate. Come that morning light on Christmas, I miss your pancake flipping and singing, mastering English and Spanish like you did. Our love without borders, and the craziness mixed with wonderful eggnog. Nevertheless, today I sing with a chorus that moves and flies all through the Atlantic, bringing our family from that kitchen table to the living room to dance to salsa orchestrated dances in English and Spanish. I speak tenderly, ma, mama, mami, amita, mi madre, mami hermosa, I'm here. Oh, the carols rush from my from my heart onto the port breeze because I'm falling. And like the rain on a tropical night, I mutter Feliz Navidad to the seas, and we wish you a Merry Christmas. Floating on the wind, I can't stop thinking of us dancing. And now I dance alone in my kitchen, but I'm not alone because I feel the moments of your salsa spins and your Christmas stories keeping time. I spin to the burrito de Belén and optimism, recalling your solid guidance during those moments of preparing pasteles and cinnamon oil steams from the stove. I see you. I see your hands and I tremble. Wish I could go back to that time where you would say everything's gonna be all right. Todo va a estar bien. Bringing faith in a kitchen apron, cooking coquito with cream, coconut cinnamon. Oh, I miss those lessons. They were tough. What I used to fear, now I want more. And all those little lullabies, mija, no te preocupe. Those pasteles, man, they were golden around the table, surrounded by green plantains and masa and hopes. It was like grandmotherly patience. I painstakingly fold and crimp. Across kilometers, I miss you this Christmas and many more. I love you. I'm Dr. Poetry.
Hey, I know. I know. I'm already like, ooh-wee. Welcome to Hear Me Out Poetry. It is that time. 'Tis the season to be joy. We should be joyful every time, but life be lifing. Welcome, Miss Cheesecake and Miss Beautiful Cosmic Oracle. What's up, ladies? That was
That was just got me on the feelers. My feelers. Mm-hmm.
Had me mad. Doing all right. That was beautiful, though. I love the presentation of that. All those memories of like youth into adulthood. Like that was.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, my chest.
Thank you, Miss Cheesecake. Thank you, Cosmic. I mean, I'm gonna tell you the truth. It was hard. It was so hard to not break down, but I kind of almost did, and I was okay with that. I was gonna record it again. And it only took me one recording, y'all. One. And I gotta say that I felt it, and I said it's okay. It's all right. It's real. It happens, you know. And we're gonna talk about that today, definitely over with Miss Cheesecake at the Poetic Clinic. But I just know that I'm not the only one that goes through that, because somehow for the holidays, a lot goes on. Talk to us, Cosmic. What you thought? What you think about that? You're muted. I think you're muted, honey.
Yep, you're muted.
You're muted.
I am muted. There was a loud knock at the door, and I'm going into that zone of light. Sorry, folks.
You're Cosmic Oracle. That's normal. Just like I'm in Puerto Rico. It's like you're gonna hear it.
I will adjust momentarily. Yeah. But I'm so sorry. Somebody came knocking loud at the door. I was like, so I muted myself, and I had to go tell my little Cubs friend. So I did not hear that last part. What were you asking me?
No, I was just telling you what your thoughts on the video, because the song, the poem, excuse me, the expression, because I know it was kind of like, it's touchy. And I saw you kind of, I kind of saw both of you kind of like, almost like, you lead on in. And during the holidays, it's usually 'tis the season to be jolly, but nobody ever rarely talks about how difficult it is to be jolly and stay jolly and maintain jolly, especially if you're a mother, right? You guys are mothers, have children. You've lost family, you've lost friends, you lost a lot. And sometimes it's hard to sit at the table or even while you're cooking and preparing things. So I just wanted to get your feedback on that.
Absolutely, yes. And that was the whole thing, you know. And so it will start to, folks, you'll be able to see me soon. But there's that whole part of the holiday season that's very real. And I'm experiencing some of that myself with certain losses I've had recently and then over the years. So I felt it, but then it was your story too, and just hearing everything, and the images too just were on point, so perfect, and even added to it. But the words expressed were just my heart. I'm just like, don't cry, don't mess your makeup up.
Do not do that.
But it was beautifully expressed, very real, and just so very. It was just purely authentic. That's like the word that keeps coming to my mind, is the authenticity of it all. And this is what so many go through, like what you're experiencing. There's so many. My mom right now, she lost, my grandma passed. It would be 4 years at the beginning of this month. It was 4 years ago. And my mom, she was expressing the other day, this is the first year, for some reason, she's having a really hard time. She's missing mama. There's things that when she was going through stuff and pulling stuff up with decorations and ornaments and just certain things,
right?
You know, she's feeling it intensely this year. So,
yeah, I think we never get over it. My mom is still alive, but just the fact that I know she's fighting, you know, and she's so strong. Like, she went from being bedridden to kind of like moving, and it's just, I think the mind is no joke. The mind is the most powerful thing, I think, when it comes to surviving and being resilient, right? We know that.
Absolutely.
But I wanted to wanted to address everyone out there before we even start this beautiful, beautiful show we have lined up. Welcome to Hear Me Out Poetry, y'all. I love that we're here and we're ready to definitely go into most of the stuff that we haven't got into because we were waiting for the holiday, right? We know that Christmas arrives each year, wrapped in lights, music, and a sense of togetherness that feels almost timeless. It's a season meant for celebration, sharing meals, exchanging gifts, and pausing long enough to appreciate the people who bring meaning to our lives, right? It's something that we can't explain. Joy is a quiet thing sometimes, but is unmistakably aching at times. And the holidays have a way of reminding us of those we miss, the loved ones who have passed on, our family and friends who are living really far away. Their absence can make this season, feel a little bittersweet, turning moments of celebration into moments of reflection. That's what we talked about. Still, this blend of joy and melancholy is part of what makes the holidays so human, remembering those who we love, even in their absence, as we keep them close to our hearts. And regardless of one's religion, faith becomes a steady force during this time. Faith in healing, in hope, in the possibility that we're going to have brighter days. So faith in the idea that love endures beyond distance and beyond loss. In that sense, the holidays is not only just a holiday, it's an invitation to hold both gratitude and longing at once, and to let both deepen our appreciation for the season. And I love that. I love that so much for everyone. So we're going to get this show started. And
you could see me a little bit.
Yeah, we can.
It was beautifully expressed, Izzy.
Thank you. Thank you. I think it's time for us. I mean, I know that, first of all, I know, Cosmic, you want to break down the whole situation about Santa Claus and Santa and all that stuff. And I know Miss Cheesecake is going to address certain, what I just kind of talked about, but more the clinical way at the Poetic Clinic. So you let me know who wants to start first. I think Cosmic could go into the Santa situation before we get into the deep situation, because I know Miss Cheesecake is going to unpack a lot of things. So
yes, indeed.
Yeah.
All right. So this piece, it's funny, I was trying to find another piece I wrote last year, but I wrote this one this year based off some things that I was observing. So here we go. This piece is called Sinterklaas, the Robed One. Long before the world spoke his name, a wanderer crossed the winter veil. He was the hooded one, the old father of Yule, a shaman king drifting between worlds, carrying memory through snow. Children left offerings for his sacred steed, and in return, he left blessings of abundance. They knew him as Odin, the all-seer who journeyed through the coldest night with wisdom hidden beneath his cloak. Centuries later, his mantle passed into the hands of a Christian saint, Nicholas, the quiet giver, the protector of children, the secret bringer of gold for those the world had forgotten. Father Christmas inherited the cheer, the hearth fire, the green-robed spirit of winter. And slowly, these three streams of magic, pagan, Christian, ancestral, intertwine into one being. He is the syncretic creation made from ancient winter rites, generosity, mythic wisdom, and ancestral memory. Aha! Clement Clark Moore's poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, rings in my ear, along with the 1930s visuals, illustrations solidifying America's new image, Coca-Cola can in hand, a nice round belly under the bright red suit, jolly old St. Nicholas, lean your ear this way. Santa Claus, truly the evergreen spirit of Yule, not a demon, not an adversary. He is the guardian of the long night, a symbol of generosity, the embodiment of the returning light, a reminder that kindness is its own form of sacred power. Poem.
Hey. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
I love that. I love that. I like the way you broke that down.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Cheesecake, I'm going to give you the floor first because I think I got a few things to ask Cosmic about that.
Yeah, I love the breakdown on that because it's so often that many people have like a certain direction that they want to go and what their belief system of Santa Claus is, but it's so much more. And I love the fact that you brought it all together so you could, see the differences in the perspectives. That was beautiful. I love that.
Thank you.
She sure did. And you know what I wanted to ask you, because first of all, I didn't know all that. So thank you. And I love that I don't know. I love that I don't know. Because sometimes when we know so much, oh man, you don't know if you want to celebrate or not. I know something, but when you say the all-seer, when you broke that down, you said in Odin. Yeah, yep. That was something. Yeah, and then how the mantle, you said it was passed down, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously we go into St. Nicholas. And then I found it interesting. I wanted to ask, when I look at old movies about Christmas, sometimes we complain about not having gifts, right? Sometimes, Mm-hmm. But back in the day, they were given like an orange for Christmas, like a fruit, right? And so when I see that St. Nicholas was giving gold for the forgotten, I'm like, that's interesting that they talk about gold. The conspiracy theorist in me says everything leads to the children, you know what I mean? And then they say always leads to Rome where the gold is at. So that's all that kind of wrapped up my head when you said that. I'm like, aha, see, I'm not going against what you're saying, but I could see why there's so many different people believing that Santa is a Satan, right? Because they talk about Santa and it's too close to being Satan, and then he's wearing red and it's like the devil. So, and then you said the three, the pagan, the Christian, the ancestral. I love how you broke that down. The only thing that I would say, first of all, I'm over here getting into the information, but I'm not getting into telling you how wonderfully you executed that.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love what you did. Your voice. I always say this, Cosmic. I love when you reciting. It's just so beautiful, and I love that. I just want to say when you mentioned that though, I thought about immediately the capitalistic when you said the Coca-Cola in the hand because they're promoting,
Yeah,
right? So it
the
was like
1930s. Yep.
commerce. That's when you see it going into becoming commercialized, and I love that you didn't leave that out. It was so honest in what you said right now. I thought it was so honestly stated. I appreciate you for that. That was very, very beautifully stated and elegant, and I love that. That was very, very good.
Thank
Love
you.
that. Love it.
Thank you. Wanted to bring it all together, Santa Claus, where he originated, the original origins and how he came to be. And when I expressed, I guess I'll explain, because when he brought gold to the children that were forgotten, that was how he came to be. He was bringing these gold as a metaphor to children who were without, the impoverished. That's how it started. It actually started that way. So now there's this whole other focus that came to be, but the OG roots was very different. And so that's why I'm like, that's who this being is and what is represented. And it's that mixture of the Odin, for those, it's Sinterklaas, it's, Nordic. So and it's a combination. It's the Yule time traditions. It's the medieval household spirits. Like when you look into all the stuff, like what created this being and how he came to be, the essence of, and like just the a lot of the European, it is very European, yes, folklore. And it stems from that part of my ancestry, my mixture. So I'm really tuned in, and I've always been. And you'll see him discussed. There's a lot of folklore that he is the elven king. He has his little house, but he's actually this and has magic and abilities and gifts, and he's like this alchemist. He's the Odin-esque, but he's the king of the elves. So you'll find that type of wording in regards to Santa Claus. So yeah, I just wanted to
love that. Thank you. I love that. That was awesome. I know Miss Cheesecake has something also to recite. I want to hear it. You want to hear it? Let's get ready.
Yes.
To hear it.
Yes, it's a short one, but means to me, and it's called Christmas Joy.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, because I kind of like something happened really quick. I wanted you to repeat that if it's okay. What's the it kind of like blocked away. Thank you.
Yeah, so I wanted to tap into the space of, talking about what brings me joy during the holidays and the memories and, what Christmas means to me, especially these days.
Copies. No, I love that. Let's go. I'm ready.
All right. It's called Christmas Joy. The most beautiful thing in the world to watch, a little boy and a little girl smile with joy on Christmas Day. Happiness and extreme energy from the toys they play. To be around family, to be loved, to be honored, to be respected, to be cherished is something that we all wish to employ. Just a little piece of Christmas joy. Smiling, laughing, singing songs, dancing, playing, getting along. No arguments, no distress, just simple peace and a mental feast of happiness that sheds light. Beautiful like the sunset, eternal peace. I love to see the children play. I love to see happiness displayed. And when I feel it in my heart, it just reminds me of the simple days of yesteryear. Nothing but joy in my heart, no fear, a smile on my face, no tears. And if there are, it's only from tears of joy, creating memories, smiling and feeling completion. Just a little girl and a little boy experiencing nothing but Christmas joy. Poem.
She was like,
Snap, snap, snaps. Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Cosmic, you go first because you know me, I'm quick to be like, oh.
No, that was beautiful. Oh gosh, isn't it? So that was a reflection of, it's interesting what I've been actually reflecting on. So beautifully expressed, on point, and bringing forth what the season is and the memories of it all, and tapping into those feelers, right? The seasonal feelers. So I love that piece. I love that piece, Miss Cheesecake. Beautifully expressed.
It is.
Thank you for sharing with us.
You know what I loved about it too? Thank you for that, Cosmic. What I love is that if I could create a list and Santa existed for real, and it's something that we could be our own Santas. We can give ourselves this. Let me be clear about that. I'm not saying that I can't do this on my own. But I used to ask for gold. I used to ask for silver. I used to ask for diamonds. I used to ask for purses. Anything, what they call superficial.
Mm-hmm.
And something around when I turned into my 20s, when I got into my 20s, I've always asked for smiles. And you talked about smiling. I asked about mental, I didn't say mental feast. I love what you worded there. First of all, let me give you your flowers. I'm speaking to the way you worded everything. It sounds like a beautiful Christmas list is what I'm saying. I think that's what you did. You created a Christmas list that I kind of want to copy paste because it's exactly what I'm feeling since I was in my 20s. I say my 20s because I know that's when I kind of was like, yeah, I don't want that. I don't need that. I need this, and you spoke to what you want. I wanted children, so that was involved. You said you love the children, to watch the children, to hear the children. I love the laughter.
Yes.
So I think if there's a Christmas list that I can give to this Santa Claus and he can give to me right away without me putting the work into it, I would say I want to smile often. I want a mental feast. My goodness. Like, shout out to that. That was beautiful. When you said that, I was like, yes, absolutely. We want a mental feast. Who doesn't want that? Nowadays, come on. Internal peace.
Yes.
Like, internal peace. Because we think we have internal peace up until we get triggered.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So I want internal peace when I'm triggered, is what I'm saying. I have internal peace up until I get triggered. So do we have internal peace? Or do we have a internal peace pending according to what may be out there? And I don't want it to be negotiable, right? Yeah. I want internal peace, like even in the hardest days. So that's on the list, right? Then you talked about my favorite, simple days. I hear Wu-Tang. Shout out to Wu family. Shout out to DJ Chili Chill. Can it be a little simple? That I want simple days. I want a simple day with a nice little blanket. And we can create this. Once again, we all have the power to do this. But life be life, and we forget to do this. So all I'm asking for Christmas is this list that you just elegantly recited because it was a Christmas list. And then 2 more. No fear, no tears. I want that for Christmas. That's my Christmas list. So, Miss Cheesecake, you did it. You did it once again. I love it. It's beautiful. And she's kept it simple. She said she wants simple days, and she started by being simple with that list. Mm-hmm. Shout out to you, beloved. That was beautiful. Shout out to both of you ladies, man. This is great. I love it. Are we going into this clinic right now? Do we want the mental clinic right now? Because I think we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Or do we want to? I don't know. I think we should, because I'm already.
I think so.
I think it's needed. So we're just going to go ahead, y'all. Listen, grab a coffee, because we're about to talk about what we need to talk about. It is that time to discuss Christmas. It is that time to discuss what goes on when we really don't want to talk about it sometimes, but we have to, y'all. Yeah, we have to. So we're going to present to you Miss Cheesecake and the Poetic Clinic, y'all.
Come on in. Welcome. Glad to have you here.
I'm Miss Cheesecake, and you are now in the Poetic Clinic. Let's chat. Come on in, have a seat, kick back, relax, and rest your feet as we dive into the mental avenues you may feel are your defeat. But at the end of the day, it's my treat to have you in my seat as we dive off into the things I like to call a mental feast. Push your pride aside and your emotions in it as we take a ride down to the Poetic Clinic. Let me stamp in your mental passport as we travel to lands beyond. Things that you thought were your last resort, I will help you define and continue to be your support, poetically and prophetically lifting you up. The mental aspects of poetry that overflows your cup, diving into the deeper aspects and channel yourself, healing, feeling, and validating yourself through the mental chemistry, spiritual ministry, and poetry. Right here at the Poetic Clinic with your favorite dessert, real solid, no debates, with your mental poetic vibes with Miss Cheesecake. Let's dive into the trauma, the pain, resentment, and fear. You might get a few laughs and definitely will shed a few tears. But no worries, I got your back and your front too. As we dive into the psychological passages of what you've been through. So make yourself comfortable, have a seat on the couch, and trust and believe I hold your hand through it. And that's a word of mouth with your favorite dessert. Straight to the point, no debates. In the Poetic Clinic with your girl, Miss Cheesecake.
Well, good evening, all you lovely people out there, and happy holidays to you all. Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, and all those things that are celebrated out there. Share hostess with the mostest, Miss Cheesecake, here at the Poetic Clinic to discuss something that I feel is rarely discussed. Ooh, hold on, there's some in my eye. And the thing is, during the holidays, we usually are in a good, space, happiness. Christmas is around, getting together with your family, you're celebrating, you're, sharing and creating new memories, old memories, sharing all of those different things, being interactive with family and friends, and just, doing the things that bring you joy. But let's talk about the flip side of things. There are a lot of us that have lost loved ones, friends, family. Some of us are in the process of grieving people that are still here. There are a lot of different releases of energy that come into play. So let's talk about how to cope with grief during the holidays. So for me personally, I don't have either of my parents. My mother passed away when I was 3, and my father passed away 7, 8 years ago. So during the holidays, it gets really hard, especially with my children, because they were so close to him. And then, I get to thinking and reminiscing of different things that I experienced as well during my childhood with both of my parents. The little bit of time I did have with my mother and the time that I grew up with my father. So let's dive into that. Coping with grief during the holidays. Who's going to carve the turkey this year? Grandpa always did it. I don't have the energy or desire to shop, decorate, or visit others this Christmas. I just want to erase Hanukkah this year. I'll just feel too empty without my husband to celebrate. These are things that are expressed commonly that kind of get pushed down. They might be verbally expressed, but it's a situation to where most of the time, these are the things that are in our head. And it's a situation to where you just kind of go on through life and you just kind of push through it in the midst of chaos. You're not really being expressive about it, but yet you are. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, Ramadan, Kwanzaa, and New Year's Day can be a very difficult holiday for people who have experienced the death of a loved one. Memories serve as constant reminders of loss. Watching others celebrate can be painful and overwhelming, particularly the first year after a death. Survivors must learn how to develop new holiday rituals and traditions. The first step is coping with grief at the holidays, is to acknowledge that the first holiday season is difficult. You can prepare for it by making specific plans and obtaining the support you need. Also remember too that sometimes anticipation of a holiday can be more difficult than the day itself. So sometimes you'll find yourself in the predicament knowing that it's a situation to where the holidays are approaching, and instead of, taking it day by day, you're creating your own little personal chaos, your own little anxiety or whatever, based on the fact that or you're creating it in your head that, this can be. You got to be careful with the things that you say and the things that you think, because you can absolutely make it your reality. But here's some tips on coping with grief during the holidays. Set realistic expectations for yourself. Remind yourself that this year is different. Decide if you can still handle past responsibilities and expectations. Examine the tasks, events of celebrating, and ask yourself if you want to continue them. Accept others' offers to cook, shop, decorate, etc. Consider shopping by phone, internet, or catalog this year if you feel a need to avoid crowds or memories. And I can't stress that one enough. We have a tendency sometimes when we get in our heads or, we're going through that transition and that feeling of vulnerability to push each other away, right? Accept that help, accept that company. It could be a situation to where you're spending the holidays alone. Don't put yourself in predicaments, even if they make you a little bit uncomfortable, to actually help you through this process, because nobody wants to be alone during the holidays. And even if you are around family, nobody wants to feel mentally alone, emotionally alone. Surround yourself around healthy environments in order to lift you up in that midst of chaos. Like I just got through saying, surround yourself with people who love and support you. Share your plans with the family and friends and let them, take control of the holidays. Let them know of the changes. Memories can sometimes be a source of comfort to the bereaved. So share them by telling stories and looking at photo albums. Get into that, how not necessarily getting into the holiday spirit, but really tapping into your emotions to process everything that's going on. Despite the temptation, try to avoid canceling the holiday. It is okay to avoid some circumstances that you don't feel ready to handle, but don't isolate yourself. Make some time for solitude, remembering and grieving, but balance it with planned social activities. You gotta get around some people. I get it. I get into my mode. I don't really want to do nothing. Like this year is one of those years to where I'm not really in the Christmas spirit, but I'm not allowing that feeling that I have of my own to be reflective on my children, because they happy, they ready, they can't wait. Allow yourself to feel joy, sadness, anger. Allow yourself to grieve. It is important to recognize that every family member has his or her own unique grief experience. No one way is right or wrong. Experiencing joy and laughter during a time of grief does not mean you have forgotten your loved one. When you're dealing with grief, and I'm looking at it from both sides, whether that person is physically gone or even if they're still here and they have ailments and things of that nature, it is okay to feel all of your feelings, process them. It is okay. It does not mean that you have forgotten about them. It doesn't mean that you're ignoring them. You just have to mentally and spiritually prepare yourself for interacting with not only your family and friends, but with yourself. And it is okay to feel all of those things. It doesn't mean that you've forgotten about them because you're not sad during the holidays. You could be happy. I have my moments, like how grief comes for me. It comes in waves. So sometimes, like during the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and stuff like that, I'm used to cooking. So I would, prepare meals and be in a very joyous spirit, listening to old songs, playing music, reminiscing about different memories and things that, I experienced on my own in my childhood, and sharing those memories along with the rest of my family, and the memories that they have of the loved ones that we've lost. Draw comfort from doing for others. Consider giving a donation or a gift in memory of you or your loved one. Invite a guest who might otherwise be alone for the holidays. Adopt a needy family during the holiday season. Take care of yourself. Avoid using alcohol to self-medicate your mood. Try to avoid the hustle and bustle of the holiday season. Physical exercise is often an antidote for depression. Writing in a journal can be good, a great outlet for your grief. Give yourself permission to buy something frivolous and indulgent just because. At the end of the day, we got responsibilities and things of that nature. So of course, indulge in it. It's okay to treat yourself. Never feel guilty about it. I know sometimes we, get the penny pension during this time, holiday season. You trying to make sure your bills is up to par, make sure your kids and whoever it is that you're gifting for the holidays, to make sure that everybody is okay and covered in that department. But it's okay. Treat yourself. Create a new tradition or ritual that accommodates your current situation. Some people find comfort by honoring traditions, while others find them unbearable and painful. Discuss with your family the activities you want to include or exclude this year. Some examples of new rituals and traditions include: announce beforehand that someone different will carve the turkey. Create a memory box. Fill it with photos of your loved one or memory notes from family members and friends. Ask young children to contribute drawings in the memory box. Make a decorative quilt using favorite colors, symbols, images, or pieces of clothing, fabric that reminds you of the person who passed. Light a candle in their honor. Put a bouquet of flowers on your holiday table in memory of your loved one. Visit the cemetery and decorate the memorial site. Have a moment of silence during a holiday toast to honor your loved one. Place a commemorative ornament on the Christmas tree. Dedicate one of the Hanukkah candles in memory of your loved one. Write a poem about your loved one and read it during the holiday ritual. Play your loved one's favorite music or favorite games. Plan a meal with your loved one's favorite foods. The most important thing to remember is there is no right or wrong way to celebrate the holiday season after the death of a loved one. The best coping mechanism for the first holiday season is to plan ahead, get support from others, and take it easy. At the end of the day, grief is not something that ever goes away. My mother has been gone since I was 3 years old. There are days to where I'm fine. Holidays come around, her birthday comes around, I'm totally fine because I have little memories of her. And so it's like it'll hit, the grief will hit, but then at the same time, I don't know what it is that I'm grieving, but I also know that I'm missing something, that maternal instinct, that additional feminine energy that, I need during this time. I needed during my upbringing and development. So I will have moments to where I'm sad. I'll go through a state of depression, things of that nature. And even with my father, like he passed within the last 10 years. So most of my memories were cultivated with him. But at the end of the day, I look back and I look at the situation, even though they're not physically gone, they are still here. They are within me. They're within my children. It's a bloodline. It's a lineage. And their energy still surrounds me during this time and every day, really and seriously. So before I go, I wanted to share a piece, actually kind of tying into that. I was in my feelings a little bit. It's not too bad, but I want to share it with y'all. It's called A Thoughtful Gift. The holidays are near, and all I can seem to think about is you. All I want to be able to do is talk to you one more time, hug you, just revisit memories that we've already cultivated, and sometimes some things that we're not. Thinking about how sometimes I have fun and then immediately I get hot, not with heat, but with anger because you're not here. Sadness because of deeply rooted fear, and joy because I got to experience you only for a little while. It's a thoughtful gift. When I say you, I don't mean just one person. I think of my mother, my father, my grandmother, my grandfathers, uncles, aunts. The ancestral line floods with love. And then all I seem to think about is the connection simply just being blood, and how the removal of it desecrates life and equals death. Living with lots of regrets, do's and don'ts, shoulda, woulda, couldas, and thinking about all the memories I wish I could have felt. A thoughtful gift would be to spend one more day, one more night, one more funny moment, a hug, a cry, moments of joy, gladness, and just simply feeling the sun kiss our skin together again. But I'm reminded you're no longer here, not in the physical, but the spiritual. You will always remain. Just because the bloodline was cut off due to old age, pain, and strife doesn't mean that you'll never again be a part of my life. Sometimes I get in my head, if I could have one more wish, it would be to be reunited with you, a simple but yet thoughtful gift. So that ties into, everything that was just stated. Just a piece of advice for those out there, understand that you're not alone. If you need additional assistance when it comes to this, like I said, get with some family, get with friends. But more than the most important thing to do is go to a grief counselor, a grief therapist. Your mental health, regardless of whatever it is that you have going on in your life, is the most important thing that you have to focus on. Because in order for you to function in day-to-day life with any and everything, you got to make sure the head is working. Because if not, the body will follow. So with that being said, I want to say happy holidays to you all. Make sure y'all take care of your mental health. I hope you smile and you have beautiful times with your family, friends, loved ones, the ones that you've lost. Remember them. They are with you. They are always there. With that being said, I'm out of here. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in and sharing your truth. Instead of pruning the surface, you dove deeply to the root. It might have been a debate, but you definitely took the time to go in it, sitting with your girl, Miss Cheesecake, at the Poetic Clinic.
Wow. I almost started crying. I was in there like, I need a seat at your clinic.
Right.
That was clinically poetic.
Clinically poetic.
Like that.
Clinically poetic, therapeutic. Okay, I that's all I could. That was just so beautiful, beautiful. But you really spoke about the grieving process in your poetry, and what you spoke about. First of all, viewers out there, this is the time to be honest with yourself. I am being honest with myself. Miss Cheesecake is being honest with herself, and clearly COSMIK is being honest with herself when we talk about how Christmas, the other side of Christmas, right? The other side of the holidays. And I know as mothers, you guys, I just remember my mother. I remember like her crying, but still having to be strong for us. See, my grandmother died the 26th of Christmas. December. And she was buried on New Year's Eve. So every time that came around, I would see my mom. She would stop. And I'm recognizing these things because as we get older, we start doing the same thing they kind of were doing in a strange way. And I just want to say that you spoke of that. You spoke of that, Miss Cheesecake. It's so beautiful. You talked about the anger, the sadness, because those are grieving moments. It doesn't always go in the same order. When my father passed, I went straight to anger. Not because I was mad that he died. I was mad about other things. The way I was the last one to find out. So, and I was kind of like, so I was just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if that was an excuse not to be sad because I'm kind of an Aquarius like that. I don't want to be emotional. So I'm angry that I'm actually going to have to start being emotional. And then I'm all in my head like, well, I got to start crying now. I don't want to cry. I'm retarded when it comes to stuff like this. Oh, that's not a good word. But you guys, I'm just not right. So you spoke about that. And then you talked about, you're so strong because your mother, your father, your grandmother, your uncle, you broke it down, your lineage, the bloodline. And you gotta be there. You're the one, you said you cook. I love that because I kind of do that too. I'm annoying. I talk about this with you guys. Coquito, oh my God, Coquito, I'm making cookies. But I don't, I'm trying to be, because when I look around, my whole family's not here. They're all in New York. So I'm not the type to sit around and be sad, but it creeps up on you. I don't care how strong you are out there. I don't want to hear it. I don't care how gangster you think you are. You have feelings, you have emotion, and when you least expect it, it'll hit you. When you pull up to a gas station and you see a family, it's a song that's playing on the radio, you're gonna kind of like, okay, let me get it together. And you're like, why is this happening to me? So thank you, Miss Cheesecake. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Cosmic, what you think about that, honey?
Absolutely beautiful. And I love how this was so needed. I'm so happy that you brought this to the forefront because
yes.
We need to talk about it more. And this time of year, yes, it's the holiday season and it's supposed to be wrapped up, right? And joy and abundance and togetherness and this and that. And yes, absolutely. But then there's this,
Right.
the grieving. And there's two things I think about, because I think about how the holiday seasons brings forth certain memories. And it's interesting, Miss Cheesecake, what you said about how it's so random too. Like you could be doing great and fine. Like one year you're like, ooh, and then the next year, for whatever reason, you're triggered by certain things. And that year you're in your feelers pretty deep. And so, yeah, that's always interesting. Like I mentioned, my mom and even myself. This year, I'm feeling a certain way at times, and I'm like, okay, but this is what it is. This is natural, and it's important to accept it and embrace it, to honor what I'm feeling, honor what others are feeling, and everything you expressed was so on point. I also think about how this holiday season, people may not be grieving the loss of somebody, right? But grieving the loss of a job, financial situations. And so they go into a spiral of depression. And we live in this economy, this capitalistic society where, like I said, about how with St. Nick, how it started back in the 1930s, advertising Coca-Cola and all of that. So there's all of that. And you see people doing all this. And some folks are not able to really have a fruitful Christmas in regards to gifts and all that stuff. So there's that part too, which is very real and very prevalent. And that's why we see certain things happen this time of year. That's
absolutely. You're so right about that, Cosmic, though. What did you say about what did you say about the Santa? That was so true, though, about the commercializing.
Yeah. Because a lot of folks don't know that Santa Claus robe used to be green and blue. Sometimes you see green, sometimes blue. It was never red. That was the good old US of A created that image and made him big and huge and fat and jolly and just like.
Wait a minute. What color was it you said?
His robe used to be green. That's what I talked about it in there briefly. I think I touched it.
I heard that, but I didn't. You know when you hear
green or blues or a combination of the two, but it was green in most, especially in the Nordic, the more ancient, pagan stuff. And then the saint aspect was a mixture of sometimes it was blue and green, sometimes green. So it was never red. That is the United States that created that image.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That makes sense, though. I mean, think about it. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I always tell people, do your research.
Yeah, no,
right? I know you are all about it. All of us, all three of us, we're big on getting to the new groups, right?
Now that you talk about, this wasn't planned, but you just reminded me something about Santa Claus. You just reminded me of when I found out that, when Christmas, when I realized that Santa Claus, I knew Santa Claus didn't exist at an early age. I had the evidence, but when I heard my mother's confession, I want to share that with you guys right now. This is totally not on the schedule of things to do, but I got to do it, y'all, because it's one of those things, and again, when you're a child, you kind of like, I know we've been through this. In Miss Cheesecake, I know your mom passed when you were 3. But some of us who you know, there are times you look at, I don't know about you guys. I'm going to speak for myself. I used to look at my mother like, I don't like you anymore. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
The truth came out. Yep.
Yeah. Because I just was so mad about a lot of things. But I have to tell you that I didn't want nobody. I didn't want to hear it. I knew that Santa didn't exist. And I'm gonna say this real quick before I go into this piece. This was recorded back from my Akashic record, the album. When I was like 6 or 7 years old, we were playing hide and go seek. And my mom had a closet that was huge, right? It was long, right? A closet. Mm-hmm. And so I was always like, I always wanted to be the one that nobody discovered, right? I wanted to outdo everyone, you know? And so I ran into that closet that was like deep in there. It was like long. I'm talking about when you open the door, it's long in there, deep. Mm-hmm. So I went in there, but I fell into a whole bunch of gifts. Ooh, right. I discovered the gifts. All of the gifts. It said from Santa, and I was like in there, like trying to see in the dark. And then I cracked the door real quick. I almost got caught by my sister because I heard her footsteps coming through. And I was like, I closed the door real quick. And she was like I can't find you. They were looking for, but I'm reading these gifts. And I'm like, Mama Santa Claus, right? Mm-hmm. And now I'm the youngest. They're older than me. So I must have been like 6. My other sister was 7. The other one was 8. Mm-hmm. I'd never said anything to them. Ever. I stood quiet. I just didn't. Wow. God knows. I never said anything. I stood quiet. Then life happened, right? Shortly after that following year, something happened. You're going to hear about it in this piece. And it's about when Mama gave us the confession. Okay. See, my sisters, that was when they found out, but I knew. So I'm going to go ahead and play this, y'all, because it's called Christmas Almost Missed Us. Ooh. Let's see if it plays, because you already know how that goes. Is it playing? Can you hear it? Let's see. It's a little slow. You already know. Mm-hmm. Here we go.
I'm a woman of a certain age.
It's not. There we go.
I always wonder if she remembers. But sometimes I feel she buries it, you know? In her soul. In her mind. She has dementia. But Mom, I know. I need you to know I remember. I remember that Christmas. I remember that year. It was 1980 and we were escaping Ruby, my stepfather's temperamental, moody, violent side, fleeing from Puerto Rico in the middle of the night, leaving behind all of our belongings. Domestic violence was served that year on Thanksgiving. And my mom's face was filled with bruises and fears and tears. She grabbed us young girls. I was 7, Jess was 8, Jules was 9 years old. And the neighbors, she tried to keep us in hiding on the down low. He was looking for us, yet we managed to get back to New York, leaving furniture, clothes, dishes, spoons, and forks. It was when the true meaning of Christmas was exposed. Mom worked 2 jobs while all 4 of us slept on 1 mattress. Honestly, our home, it looked like we just got robbed, empty. But we lost everything when we were so used to having so many gifts and the best amenities of all sorts under our Christmas tree. But Mommy fought and fought to provide for us, buying 4 new bed sets, clothes. It was brutally cold, so she bought us coats, trips to Delancey Street, and negotiating with Jew-Man for us 3. It was so dope how she kept us sheltered, praying for us so we wouldn't remember his abuse and all the broken dishes and broken Bacardi bottles thrown at her. On Thanksgiving Day on the island, I had no idea I was about to be schooled on the commercial hollow load day. Yet Christmas came and only 3 gift boxes were on display. And Jessie, her lack of comprehension, angrily challenged my mom. You know, there was bare necessities, but she kept on and said, I can't stand Santa Claus. He's so cheap. How he's giving me 1 doll, the stupid doll. And my mother stood up and stated loud, banging on her chest, I'm Santa Claus. Santa Claus doesn't exist. I'll pay for all your clothes, your food, your beds. And since you insist, I will break the ugly truth. Since Ruby's heartfelt fist hit breaking both wrists, we lost our belongings. And I'm sorry you didn't get anything on your goddamn Santa Claus list. But today, you will receive a priceless lesson. I'm Santa. I'm the saint single mother, and my first priority is keeping all of you safe. I prefer to give you one superficial gift rather than giving you gifts from a man who will give me a lifetime of beatdowns using me as his punching bag when I spoke up. I'm Santa Claus, and that's that. And that was the first time I understood what I never wanted to be. Watching her crying reminds me of all the things I wanted and I didn't want to see, but I know her memory is no longer the same. And she won't remember if I asked her about that Christmas day. But I remember how she explained the lies about Christmas and the burdens most families carry, yet dementia has her in a different dimension at times. But mommy, I remember that Christmas. And I remember all your love being poured on me, regardless of all the traumas and dramas with police precincts. It was your fighting spirit that kept me from being deviant. I love you. I'm Dr. Poetry.
I remember that one now because I love that album.
By
the way, it's been a hot minute since I've listened to it, but I remember hearing that piece.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was when I found out in that moment. We had 3 gifts. One for me. We had 1 gift each. We hardly had no furniture. We opened the door and there were 3 boxes. And I remember the wrapping paper and the scissors were on the floor. And I knew she was Santa. Like, yeah, I knew she did it. But my sister was like, Santa's a slob. Like, she was already angry that we didn't have nothing because we lost everything. Like I said, we lost a lot of things. And I was so angry. You know what I mean? And my sister at one point, but I was so sympathetic with mom. And I'm the youngest. You know what I mean? I was kind of like I put my head down, but my mom got up and she banged on her chest. She was like, you know, my mom, she did not play. And so she was like, and I'm going to tell you something. You see those beds? You see those spoons? You see this? We lost everything. I'm Santa Claus. I'm Santa Claus. I'm the saint. I'm the saint. I'm the single saint. Like, she went in. If you hear it, I'm just like the single saint mother. You know?
Wow. Mama Claus.
Mama Claus. So
came to the rescue.
Right. So when I think about that, I think when you were talking about like Santa Claus, she talked about it. Like, she was just like, you know, all this stuff is to make you feel like you need it. You don't really need that. Like, you have a family. You know how many people are sleeping? She gave us a whole Oprah Winfrey speech. You know what I mean? Like, there are people freezing in the streets right now. At least you're here. You have a home, you know, like, and I always think about that sometimes when I see the kids. You know how you on a line on Walmart and the kids are fighting with the mom, but you bought her last year, but I want this, and I start laughing. I just like, you know, I don't have kids, so I will always be that child, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would always remember those moments because that is why I kind of think of other people. You know what I mean? Like, when I come into an office and I see somebody and I see that they kind of struggling, I don't wait for them to ask me. I just be like, you need help? You know, not all the time, but yeah. But listen, we're going to switch up a little bit, y'all, because COSMIK, oh COSMIK, you have the life path number that I can't wait to hear who it is and what number it is. So we have COSMIK Insight coming in, y'all. Make sure you listen, because this might be your number. This might be your number, y'all. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
In the starlit night, secrets unfold. Cosmic oracle with stories untold. Whispers of faith reach out to the sky. She'll read your cards, let your spirit fly. Planets align in a cosmic dance, unlocking your truth, offering a chance.
Greetings and salutations, beloved souls. It's Cosmic Oracle here with this week's Life Path number. And the Life Path number that decided to come to the forefront is the one and only, and number 1. That's right. The frequency of origin energy. the initiator, the spark that sets things into motion. And life path number ones, they come here precisely to learn self-trust, self-assurance, courage, and leadership, so then they can guide others to learn these things. And they tend to find themselves in situations where they must utilize their own internal compass instead of external validation. They find at a very early age that they are meant to carve their own paths instead of relying on existing routes. Yeah, they are original, very authentic. They don't beat around the bush, and they say it how it is. They teach courage, and but they struggle with balance. And so the card that came to the forefront, I chuckled because it is the card of balance. It's the Temperance card, one of the major arcanas. In this deck, it's Ma'at, here to teach about the scales. And I wrote down, because I did automatic writing with this one, I wrote down the scales have arrived, reminding life path number ones that mastery is not about speed. It is about calibration. And when vision and patience meet, the path opens effortlessly. Life path number ones have a tendency to, like I said, struggle with balance, and it's because they push too hard, swinging between their confidence and burnout, mistaking urgency for destiny. So the Temperance card has arrived this fine day as medicine, and it's here to not say stop, but to encourage enhancement, upgrading, so to speak, fine-tuning, and the blend of instinct with patience, trusting timing without losing momentum. All right, so that is the card for you all. I hope it resonated, and I think that's it. Cosmic is out. I'll see you next week. Toodles.
In the starlit night, secrets unfold. Cosmic oracle with stories untold. Whispers of faith reach out to the sky. She'll read your cards, let your spirit fly. Planets align in a cosmic dance, unlocking your truth, offering a chance.
Ooh-wee. What is life path number one? Let's go. And that was insightful, pun intended. All right, Miss Cheesecake, you go first because you are life path number one. Step up.
Are you, Miss Cheesecake? All right.
I'm in the background. I'm like, yep, all of that, yep, That's my life. Literally.
What did you resonate with most? What did you resonate with?
Sense.
I'm nosy.
The number one thing that I resonated with the most is learning at an early age that I had to literally cultivate my own path and not follow the norm.
Right.
That's the one thing that stood out for me, and everything she said, but that one thing right there.
Yeah.
And struggling with balance. Oh my God. Woo.
She says it, but you say it all the time. You say you could go from zero to what is it?
Prison.
Zero to prison.
Love it. Yes, I can go to zero. I go from zero to prison real quick.
Right.
No,
yeah, that was right on time.
Makes complete sense. Oh my God. I don't know why I was thinking you said you were a 3.
I'm a 1.
But this makes sense. This is when now I'm just like,
I cheated because I cheated. I told that to Cosmic in the back. I was like, I cheated because I never like to look at what she's doing. I never like to look at too many videos because I want it to be organic. but because I was doing a lot of producing in the back and making sure, you know, the glitching doesn't happen. As I was looking through it, it came through. Like she was just like in the back and she said, and I didn't want to hear it because I kind of like the surprises. But I was like, oh, it's Miss Cheesecake. But I didn't tell her it was Miss Cheesecake, though. I didn't tell her. I just, like, I actually knew. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, ooh, and it was good. It was spot on. I knew you would resonate with that part, too. Some strange reason. I don't know. You know, the balance of it all. Balancing that out.
And the tarot. So did the tarot make sense then to you, Miss Cheese? I mean, I'm always interested because, you know, when I'm doing readings, I mean, this is I go into a meditative state to get the number. B, I pull the card, and of course the card comes through. I shuffle. So the way I do readings a lot of times is I shuffle and I keep shuffling, and whatever card falls down, okay, there's, if I'm doing like a 3 card or a 7, whatever it may be. If it's a 1 card, okay, that's the 1 card, like in this instance. But if I'm doing precise readings for individuals, that's how my cards come. I don't like spread them out and like, oh, let me hover over. And it's just the way I do things. And that card came loud and clear. I can't even tell you how it flew out of the deck. Like, woo! So,
man.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like 2 cards? Have you ever had like 2 cards like flip out on you?
Yeah, and they will. I have to honor both cards. So if 2 cards come, like if 2 cards fall, even though I'm trying to do a 1 card reading, I have to honor that card, and that's coming through.
I would agree with that. I would agree. I like that. Man, shout out to you with the cosmic insight. Guys, I am going to go into a quick commercial break, y'all. Big shout out to the Birdhouse, you know. Shout out to DJ Chili Chill. Shout out to See, that bird of yours, girl.
Oh, wow, look at that. It made me.
I'll be forgetting it's Christmas. She's talking about Halloween with that bird.
DJ Chili Chill in the Birdhouse.
Yes. Shout out to, yes. Nettles and AD and the whole family, Brung and all of them. Shout out to all of y'all 808. This is a make sure y'all pop in Tuesdays. Don't act like y'all don't know, because I see all of y'all paying attention. I'm watching. Let's go, y'all. Shout out to the Birdhouse.
Tune in, powered by DJ Chip and the Birdhouse DJs. Featuring Birdhouse artists such as Candyman Rock, Rican Worldwide, and Silhouettes. Follow the Birdhouse on Clubhouse and online. Or y'all follow at the Birdhouse website.
Chili Chill on the grill, come do what you do. We wildin' in the Birdhouse, who's next to the queue? We wildin' in the Birdhouse, yo, we always wildin'. We wildin' in the Birdhouse, yo, we always wildin'. Chili Chill on the grill, come do what you do. We wildin' in the Birdhouse, who's next to the queue? We wildin' in the Birdhouse, yo, we always wildin'. We wildin' in the Birdhouse, yo, we always wildin'. It's your boy Bone, chillin' with the Bird Gang, and your boy Chili Chill do the damn thing. You can rap, make beats, you can even sing. You can do it all right here on your way to fame. Don't let nobody tell you different. Never give up on your dreams, know that you're gifted. You are what the game's missing. Hey, everybody in here, come take a listen. The Birdhouse is on a mission. Good vibes only, so chill with the sneak dissing. If you independent, throw it up. Chili Chill, keep it real, that's what's up. Northwest, east to south, we all doing big in the Birdhouse. Chili Chill on the grill, come do what you do. We wildin' in the Birdhouse, who's next to the queue? We wildin' in the Birdhouse, yo, we always wildin'. We wildin' in the Birdhouse, yo, we always wildin'. Chili Chill on the grill, come do what you do. We wildin' in the Birdhouse, who's next to the queue? We wildin' in the Birdhouse, yo, we always wildin'. We wildin' in the Birdhouse, yo, we always wildin'.
What a bird game! You know we always keeping you lit in the Birdhouse.
Right? Why am I doing this? What is this? This is a rabbit. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm like trying to be a reindeer, and they do not do this. Oh my god! I gotta get back in tune with my animal instincts. All right, y'all. So what we have here is that we have journaling from the Cosmic Oracle. I can never try to talk like you, Cosmic, because that is like so unique. I try. I'm so Bronx. My voice is like, it's so rough. But definitely, I love this piece. I want you to probably introduce it. You want to introduce that, or you want to just tell us a little about it before I play it?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. This piece, so
the title's journaling, right? I'm sorry.
Huh?
The title's journaling session. Yes.
The journaling session. So on my album, this is the album that reflects my various processes of healing, right? So this piece, and if you haven't checked out the album, check it out. I recently had somebody else tell me, I had a coworker, this just reminded me because she heard this piece actually. So this piece and another piece, this one reminds her, it inspired her to write, she said, with things that she's recently been going through in a relationship, because this piece is a reflection of my experience with my son's co-creator.
Okay.
So, and I say co-creator, folks, I don't use other terms. He's not a father, he's not a dad, and he's never been in my son's life. He made that choice and put me in a position to be a single parent, right? So this piece, I was having an experience that was very bizarre. I almost thought that he had passed away, and then I found out he hadn't. Because I was experiencing, and my son was experiencing something where he was communicating to me, my son, like as if he was seeing his dad, and he was saying things that my son should not know. There's no way he would know, but he was expressing these truths and all this stuff. And I was having these weird dreams. It was bizarre. And one night I woke up at 3:12, I believe. It was just after 3 a.m. in the morning. And I started writing. And this is what came forth. So
let's go. That sounds deep. For real, for real. All right, I'm here.
Oh, it's 3 a.m. again. This time I will write in response to your soul's beckoning questions of why, the sweet release, a poetical lullaby. Where's my journal? Because I've about had it with these astral intrusions. Now I just need a pen. Hold on. Alrighty. Let me light this candle and begin. Your words like a machete had cut me open, leaving me in a vulnerable state. My insides displayed like a spectacle in the red light district. Unwillingly, fake smiles, fake laughs, promises always made, yet repeatedly broken. I was both everything to you and nothing, just the same. My worth and well-being constantly measured by your need to feed the monster, your appetite of destruction. It was as though each day I was dancing for approval, placed upon the stage, swinging on the pole of lies, clicking my heels, begging for compromise, performing as my soul shrank and your ego expanded through space and time, gaslighting away a blind glow of false hopes, my voice constantly silenced. Besides, nothing I could say would be taken into consideration, right? In fact, I was blamed for everything, every single one of your shortcomings, all of your failures, caught in the vicious cycle of this hunger for blame and my growing emptiness. I felt as though I was constantly in a war zone. Vicious words along with your lack of empathy and sense of entitlement. The weapons, the disregard for my feelings, decisions and the over-regard of yours begin to eat away at my integrity. They get off my back apology sessions, degrading my truths at B. I grew numb, reflecting back. I can hear you now. Oh, sir, your efforts to avoid responsibility washed in disguise. It got old. I was tired, and through the exhaustion, I was awoken. You didn't like this, did you? You began to lose control as I regained mine. I tended to the brutal incisions. Oh, it took time. I then began to make clear-minded decisions, no longer allowing for your abusive intrusions. I had become a mother, yes, your biological son, my first priority. This became your downfall, as motherhood became my strength, a new-founded integrity. And so, I'm writing, speaking to you, though you will never receive this poetic letter physically, but it is my final release, O soul of him, as poetry is my therapy. To me, you are officially deceased. Sincerely, Cosmic Oracle. Toodles.
Yo. Yeah.
Wow.
Snaps.
Snaps.
Aggressive snaps. Hell yeah. All that. Mm-hmm. You went off on that.
Had to throw that in there. Toodles, the famous Cosmic Toodles, right?
She says you are deceased. I was like, you know, in Spanish we say rogar por él, rogar por él. Like when there's rosaries going on in the Catholic religion, right? They have like the dead person and they all doing the rosaries and rogar por él, like really pray for the person. It's almost like that's what I thought of. I actually thought about that. I've been there sometimes. You know what I mean? One time. I don't like to wish death on anyone, but to you, he's 6 feet under, and that was clear. Man,
cutting of the cords. That's why.
Listen, you had me already when you said machete. The machete. You didn't use a knife, a butter knife. Hell, you didn't use one of those little. You use a machete, a machete. Yeah, machete. I'm saying it in Spanish. A machete. Cutting the open. Like, shout out to you, honey, because sometimes we have to say what we have to say and leave it at that, right? I know Miss Cheesecake, I saw her in the back. She was like, So Miss Cheesecake in the back, she was like, yup. Miss Cheesecake was in the back. We were both like, No, you powerful, and I know you weren't always that way. What this gives me, first of all, I could tell you weren't always that way. You reached that point that in life, in our lives, where we say that it didn't break you.
No.
It brought you up a lot more higher to yourself. Like you went into your higher self. You were not comfortable being down there, and you rose like it. I can't even say it.
No, that's perfect. You're right on point.
You just went right up, and you were like, and you just stood there and you did the Wonder Woman pose that I like to do so much when I feel like shit is getting out of control. I'm about to, like, you know what I mean? Go in. Like, it's not gonna happen again. Bye. Toodles. Oh, man, that was something beautiful. And really, I think that could inspire a lot of females out there, and men too, because men have been, treated like crap.
Absolutely.
We don't, we're not into the whole masculinity, toxic femininity stuff. We do believe that it goes both ways. But in this case, Cosmic did it. Cosmic said what she said, and she's here to represent, and she is not playing. Shout out to you, Cosmic. Miss Cheesecake, you had a lot to say. I could tell you have a lot to say because I saw you in the back.
Listen, first of all, I gotta say the infamous line, talk your shit, because absolutely talk your shit. She said what it was so much compacted in that, like, first of all, the acknowledgement of, mama bear mode. That's the first thing that came to mind. She in mama bear mode. You're not about to hurt my cub. You're not about to do nothing because you've already done that with me. So you gone up out of there. It was like the process of cord cutting. It was a death and a rebirth. Not only him being deceased to you, but that old version of you being deceased too. I'm moving on. I'm coming back.
Yes. Like listen, it's about regaining your power.
Absolutely.
Because I talked about this earlier. They be like, life is like this. It's like back in the day when I grew up in the South Bronx in the housing projects, and Patty, the neighbor, used to be like, "Can I borrow your iron?" And my mother would be like, "Okay, let her borrow the iron." But then sometimes, I got an iron and I can't find the iron, and I gotta borrow my iron back. So I'm like, "Can I get my iron back?
Mm-hmm.
Can I get my power back?
Mm-hmm.
Can I get my power back?" Because we lift people up.
Yeah.
Right. But don't let you only, and I always say this, and I say this because I am not playing when I say this. People talk about, I give you from my cup. I give you from the cup when it's overflowing. That part that's overflowing, I give it. If it's not overflowing, I cannot give you from that cup. So when we give that to the man or the woman that you love, sometimes we got to take accountability because we're not supposed to be giving things that we don't have enough of.
Right.
So when you say I want my power back, because that's what it said to me. Like, you're dead. You don't have that power anymore. You don't have access to me anymore. You made a decision, right? At the end of the day, beautiful Leo. He's just so beautiful. He's missing out. He's missing out on low.
Big time. Yeah.
Man, oh my God, I got in my feelings with that part. And I don't have children. I was like, wow, it's like a novella in there because you said a lot.
Yeah, that was a big release. That was like the final release that I officially severed that cord.
Yeah,
the energetic cord there was still pieces because I'd been working on it. And I thought it had been severed completely, and I found out it hadn't. So I had to completely sever the cord, and that's.
And sometimes you have to. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that right there. We all have to, from whatever it is, it could look like anything, whatever it is. Guys, you know what's interesting? Man, I don't even know what to say about that right now because you have me, like, I don't have children, but when I hear that, I could see my mom saying something like that, like my mom.
I can too. Now that all that I know about your mama, I'm like, yeah.
My mom would have said something like that. We were cleaning out her house the other day. Well, not we, my sisters. She'll kill me if she heard me saying that. She's like, we nothing. But they were cleaning out the house, right? They've been cleaning my mom's apartment because she's. And so I can't even say it, right? You saw that? She's she's over at the hospital where she has to be to get the help that she needs. And apparently she came across, I'm changing the conversation real quick, so sorry, y'all. But she came across these things right here, right?
Woo!
You know what this is?
Yes.
These are castanets. They're so old. I think they're from like King Isabella from Spain. I don't know. They're that old. My mom had them when she was a child, and I used to get smacked up every time I would go into the box to play with them. And so my sister sent a box to me with pictures and stuff, and she gave my castanets.
Oh,
so I'm a child over here playing with all this, you know what I mean? And every time I'll be walking around here, and the reason why I'm saying all this is because the simple things for the holidays is what I crave. I want things that I always felt these belong to me, by the way. Mommy, I don't care. these belong to me. Now I got them back, right? And when we think about the holidays and how, and it's funny that you played that piece, because to me, that's the best gift you can give yourself. That's the best self-love gift you can give yourself. Ms. Cheesecake talked about that during the holidays, we reflect, we think about certain things. They hit us. Yeah. Because when you look at your child, you're like, what? You don't want to, what? You know, but you know what? You gave him the best gift he can, self-love, right? Because if we have that self-love, Leo is going to have all the love, the best love in the world from someone who loves himself and loves him so much. So I want to give you a big shout out for that. And I think about when my sister sent me those castanets. I know it's not the same thing, but the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I feel like my sisters deep down felt the pain that I used to get hit. But by just looking at these little things, this would make my mom flip out. Like, really, it was a big deal. Like really, like not that serious for me to get knocked out the way I did. And so when I saw this, it was kind of like, I don't know. I felt like I had power. I was like, who's laughing now, huh? I got them now. I didn't even know they still around. You know what I mean? I'm like, this got to be like at least 100 years old. Yeah. They got to be like 100 years old. So I'm actually looking for a beautiful box, so I can keep them preserved, and then I'll pass it down to my whatever niece deserves it. But yeah, so I understand all that. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna go into a video real quick to make us laugh a little bit. I'm gonna surprise y'all because y'all don't even know y'all in this video, and I put y'all in this video. Oh.
Oh shit.
Okay, so sometimes we want other things for Christmas, right? We want that Miss Cheesecake room type of Christmas, right? That, you know, you just want a little bit of I know. Ooh, I desire peace this Christmas. That peace this Christmas. I desire peace this Christmas. Not just quiet and contemplation, because I will sit beside it. I want genuine peace. The kind that tells stress to relax, quiet down and drink something powerful. Why don't you give me some of that holiday relief? Because I seek bold, grown folk love that flirts and pulls me closer, like you're mine tonight, under these beautiful Christmas lights. Because I need holiday feelings with perks. My red lipstick on my full lips, that usually works. Intentional mistletoe, coquito trust, no eggnog lust, please. I need to see the glance across the room that says we're no longer pretending after this song, baby. December's frigid and I did not endure this year without being such. I'm naughty. Naughty. I seek relief from extended hugs that can become dangerous. Laughing. I'm laughing because it's quickly quiet and stress that finally resolves it. I'll release and kisses. Kisses with bass. Oh, I want that bass, please. Filled hands. We've got nowhere to be tomorrow, says the heat. Now calm mind, a calm mind. Ooh, love in my space. I want to be punctual and not overthinking. So let's avoid the phony smiles, but bring on those awkward sweaters this Christmas. Make me warm, connect me, please. Give me something to carefully unwrap and relish. Joy is not merely holy, but also necessary. And on my wish list, I want to be free. I want some poquito love. I want some genuine peace. The kind that tells stress to relax, quiet down, and drink something powerful. I want holiday relief. Oh, I'll sit beside it. I'll sit right beside it. Right. Those holiday feelings with perks. I said my red lipstick on my full lip. You know, that ain't really works because I
Wow.
A little a Christmas. I was in there. I want a little Christmas. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
That was,
Did you see us?
that was so
Papa was
joyous.
in the chair like, and Miss Cheesecake was like, y'all gonna see a little bit here, but y'all gonna see the bone I got back here. I saw Miss Cheesecake. I want to, and you guys didn't know, but y'all were in the background talking about we talking Christmas. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait for Hear Me Out Poetry to have this meetup so that we all could be on the same stage together. And that is coming. I don't care. I don't care where I gotta get cheers and coast and I'm gonna get everybody, grab everybody through the head. Y'all all gonna come here. And that's it. I don't want to hear it. Oh man. So now that I got a little sexiness going on there.
Oh my goodness, that just made my day.
It was giving pinup girl vibes. I'm like, okay. Okay.
The coquitos, I was like,
right?
Mine. Oh man. Listen, we got something here from Miss Cheesecake though that I want to play. Yes, Miss Cheesecake. Can you tell us a little bit about this piece? Yay.
It actually kind of follows what you just did for real. So this piece is off of the Layers of Love album. It's called Comfortable Silence. I feel like, you know, during the holidays, that's really and seriously a lot of us want to do. We've covered the grief and everything and all of those different things. Right. But sometimes you just want to come home and just be with your significant other and just enjoy each other's energy. So, yeah.
I listen, I get it. And it's so cozy. Even if I'm in Puerto Rico, I don't know if you guys know, but I have the AC internal AC, like what do they call that? The AC's inside. It's this
Central.
Yeah.
Central.
So it's like I'm freezing right now. Like everybody's always like, you always with clothes. Like you're not hot. You're in Puerto Rico, but I'm in my home. It's freezing. It's cold in here. So I like it this way. It's like this all year round. Don't ask me how my electric bill looks like. Please don't. That's why I work hard. And then I want the fireplace. I'm still, come on, y'all. All right. So this is definitely, I can't wait to play this right now. Wait, where are we? The Comfortable Silence. Let's go, Miss Cheesecake.
In a world that's oh so loud, going throughout the day surrounded by crowds, it's nice to come home and sit with you, to be in your presence as well as your view, kissing, hugging, caressing, and touching. All of these things, beautiful parts of intimacy. Undeniable attraction, which brings up intensity. And to be totally honest, the best part of my day is to unwind in your presence. Not talking, just silence. No anger, no hostility, no violence. Just peace. No words, no sounds, but silence. A mental feast. In your presence, we share comfortable silence. Whether you're near or far, in my face or in a different space, talking to you on the phone and listening as the tone fades, just simply enjoying the elements of you in comfortable silence. A truly divine gift when two souls intertwined can just be. With the silence being so loud, it feels like it's just me. But there you are, handsome as can be, sitting beside me. Our energy moves through the room, communicating. No words, no sounds, all smiles. And no frowns illuminating. Just the pure beauty of energies we share within this comfortable silence. I miss cheesecake. Isn't this beautiful? The comfortability of being silent with one another. Just being. That's it, that's all. Comfortably in our skin, allowing the silence to creep in. It's almost a sin. Comfortable silence.
Getting hot in her, man. My Lord. What is going on?
Oh, Miss Cheesecake.
What is going on?
Sensual delight, you. You're just a sensual delight. Your whole album. My goodness.
I mean, it's beautifully, it's so beautiful. I could see myself like, well, I'm not gonna tell you what I'll be doing, but I can see. Go ahead. AD. Let's do the AD, y'all. AD. AD. No, I'm just gonna say that I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so beautiful. Not only that, but I could see, I just don't want to talk about it because I just can't. Just see the videos, just hear the poetry. That's all you get from me. I can't tell you what I do. I'm just so shy.
Oh, please. Okay,
I'm so
Aquarian. Okay, Aquarian.
Yeah. I am. We're very awkward Aquarians. We're very awkward. We just kind of be like, but we don't really want to say what we do. And then when we turn around, when we with that significant other, they know.
They know.
They know. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know that they know.
Mm-hmm.
But my whole point is this. The fire. I see like a fireplace. That's all I could give you. A fireplace, the crackling, you know what I mean? The comforters. And then you know how you got to get up and get that snack, you know what I mean? Because then you want to go for like another round of wonderful things. And then I'm saying too much. I can't. Cosmic, it's up to you, Cosmic. I'm talking too much.
Oh my goodness.
You too. You a Cancer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I am.
Jesus.
And
look at you. You can't even talk about it.
Hold on, let me play with my hair real quick.
I vibe full throttle, 100%. That.
Tell us, Cosmic. What did that make you feel? Because that was beautiful, Miss Cheesecake. That was beautiful.
Yes. Makes
so
me
beautiful.
feel
You left us speechless.
Right? No, but it's true. You said the fireplace, and I was thinking the same thing. I have things. My mind is so vivid.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's
so I had a whole situation going on. I can't say too much, but I just had a situation going on in my noggin.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Spicy.
It was okay. Spicy. Okay. Well, just tell us how you really feel, though.
I feel very warm inside. I feel very warm. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
What is happening? Miss Cheesecake, you're not.
I'm innocent. I did nothing.
That's what you say when you're on this
all
show.
the time. Miss Cheesecake, you just stop. You know
No,
what you're doing.
Miss Cheesecake, your shows. Let me tell you, last night. Okay, if y'all don't know out there, Miss Cheesecake, your shows, her Freaky Friday shows. First of all, shout out to DJ Chili Chill and Spit That Friday and all that they do. Yes. If there's a reason why I didn't go into the DJ Chili Chill room yesterday, it's your fault. Because you be having some freaky shows, right? and then I'm like, I do so much during the day. So when I'm kind of like winding down, I'm there, just chilling. And then I'm listening to all this stuff that's going on, all this poetry. And shout out to my boy. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Somehow I saw him sitting in front of the fireplace in that song. But anywho, that's just me over here imagining things, man, Aquarian mind.
Did you
And,
hear?
Right? That's all I hear. And I was hearing all that stuff going on. It was really, really sexy going on yesterday. But I fell asleep to it. I got passed out. Right. And I know you guys know because you saw me in the room and I'm not talking. And if I'm not saying poetry, I don't go to a room with poetry. I don't recite. That was weird. But I passed out. But it's you. It's you and your poetry, your little lounge, your little fun stuff that you be doing. And don't get me started when COSMIK comes through with her.
Took me out. I was like, oh, okay.
First of all, make me go in my bag of,
She just, Y'all listen, before we go into this next video, because this is something that I was going to try to present it last week. Hopefully it goes through this week. If it doesn't, it's okay. Whatever. I want to give a big shout out to the Birdhouse. Make sure everyone out there, okay, tunes in tomorrow to next episode of the Birdhouse, the DJ Chili Chill Show. Make sure that y'all follow them on Clubhouse. They all over. Shout out to DJ Chili Chill. Owens, AD, DJ Brown, 808. The whole family. I'm telling you, amazing. Everybody, they're amazing. I love them, and not just because they rock with Hear Me Out Poetry, but because they're dope.
They're just dope as all get out.
That's it. Don't ask me questions. Just go. Okay. I'm getting loud. I'm getting hyper. What's going on? Anyway, make sure y'all check them out. Okay. Tomorrow is the next episode, so tune in at 6 p.m. and they are gonna be on the Hear Me Out Poetry channel. Right there on YouTube and on the app. So I'm going to play something that's going to be on my album that I'm working on, right? It's not out yet, but I really want you ladies and everyone out there to carefully listen to what I'm saying. Use your imagination. Use your creativity. What am I talking about? I hope you enjoy it. It's called His Lie Is Not My Truth. I stand before you tonight with my chest full of a whole bunch of memories. My ribcage learned to keep other people's demons like it was my sacred assignment. You see, I was young when someone handed me their secret and told me, hold this, but don't let it show. So I buried it deep, so deep. Even my bones forgot I had them. So deep that silence became muscle memory. And years passed, and life, as it always does, it layers itself like sediment over soil. And I kept walking, kept smiling, kept pretending the ground inside of me wasn't shaking. But trauma? Oh, trauma. Trauma has perfect attendance, and it shows up even when you don't call it. It knocks on the walls of your spirit, talking about, remember me? I'm still here. And suddenly that secret I buried opened its eyes. It stretched. It demanded space. It turned my breath into confession and my soul, my whole being into confrontation. And I realized that secret was never mine. I was just a vault they chose to hide in it. I was the sanctuary they stained with their sins. I was the cross they hung their guilt on while they walked free, calling their lie truth. But hear me, y'all, hear me. Their lie is not my truth. Their silence is not my sentence. Their burden is not my bloodstream. I refuse to be the tomb where someone else's darkness goes to hibernate. So tonight, I exhume what was buried. I lift it to the light. I break the contract of quiet that I never should have signed. I return the weight to its maker because I will not carry someone else's cross while they polish their halo with denial. Because I was married. I married a man with hands that healed bodies, but never held mine with desire. A doctor, the only son, the golden boy, yes, with a secret tucked behind a white coat. As he smiled, he said to me, I do, but he didn't. Not to me, not to my curves, not to my sense,
not to the way I laughed too loud or cried too soft. He said yes to a fabricated fake cover story. It was fake. He camouflaged, stitched from my vulnerability. I was his project, his proof, his permission slip to pass in a world that told him, don't be you. And I was that woman who loved him with a heart. My heart was wide open. Who mistook silence for safety. Who thought maybe if I was enough woman, enough wife, enough one, he would see me. But he never did. Because I was never the destination. I was the detour, the disguise, the soft place he could hide from the truth he couldn't face. And I stayed longer than I should have, because love makes you loyal, even when it's lonely. Because hope could be very stubborn. And shame, we already know, it wears many, many, many masks. But one day, I stood in the mirror. I stood right in front of the mirror and I saw myself. Not as his wife, not as his backup excuse, not as his backup plan. I saw me, just me, a woman who deserved to be chosen, not used, desired, not tolerated, loved, not lied to. So I walked away, not bitter, but brave, and not broken, maybe interrupted, but I was flourishing because his lie is not my truth. And I will not shrink to fit into someone else's silence. I am not a project. I am a masterpiece in progress. And I will never again apologize for being too much for someone who was never enough for me. Was I supposed to wear the pants in the house and be a king? Why reverse the roles? While he wore a dress to be a queen? What are we talking about here? I am an empress. I wanted a man. And he wasn't man enough for me. Because his lie is not my truth. And then if anyone, I'm going to say this right now, if anyone asks why I speak, tell them. Because truth does not rot. It rises. Even as the years underground, it rises. And so do I. His lie is not my truth. And if you've ever been through something like this, remember, their lie is not your truth. You cannot shrink yourself to fit into someone else's silence, someone else's lie. And I will never dumb down my intelligence for anyone. Truth does not rot. It rises. Years and years after it being buried underground, it rises. And so should you, as I have. This is release. So if anybody has something to say, if someone's asking, what is Dr. Poetry talking about? The truth is that his lie is not my truth. And I will never, ever, ever shrink to fit someone else's lie. I am Dr. Poetry.
Now, I really, 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 really am curious to hear what you guys have to say. What am I talking about there? And I want y'all to come clean. And I know Miss Cheesecake knows, though. If you thought about it, it is what the hell I said it was.
Whoa. Whoa. I had so many thoughts right there, but the first one that came to mind, I was like, nah. Then I'm like, wait a minute. Nah.
Mm-hmm. I saw you. Yeah. Yeah, but we're going to save that for the Poetic Clinic.
Yeah.
Y'all think
Whoa.
about that.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you're thinking is what it is.
That's crazy. Whoa.
Never good enough for me. Lies, not my truth.
Oh.
Lies,
Wow.
it's not my truth.
Mm-mm.
Never good enough for me. I like that part. Am I in my villain era? I don't know. I feel
And
real
it's and that's
comfortable here.
okay.
No, this is
I'm feeling really
wow.
comfortable here.
This
Never
is
good enough for me.
this is your
Love.
rise. That's the Phoenix. You're in the Phoenix era. You're in the rising,
I mean, you know
releasing,
what it
like
is?
sending back to sender. Nothing. No. Release and return. Your lies.
Yeah, because I think, and I think this is something we should talk about, Miss Cheesecake, at the clinic. I really want to talk about that. I don't know why I feel the need to have that conversation. I'm gonna say this real quick because I know we got to get going. But one of the things that I wrote that about it's very simple, and this album has a lot to do with going into the past and bringing things to the front so that I don't feel that anymore. Like, why am I being this? I've always felt, am I going to be a Jackie O or am I going to be Marilyn Monroe? And am I going to wear the pearls and sit there through when I know that things are really not right? Or am I going to be the one to kind of, just different ways of thinking? I know those two women maybe are not the best examples, but when it comes to, I don't want to always I'm classy. I like to consider myself classy, even if I come from the gutter. I come from the fucking hood. I don't make no apologies for it. But what I've done to move forward as the woman that I am today, one of the things that I like to hold on to is to the only thing that I have left, other than dignity, integrity, and life. Like, I don't want to ever move ever in any secrets, right? And I feel like I've always put away things because I worry about everyone else, right? And they're wrong. They've done wrong. But I've always, because I feel like you got to be right. And sometimes you don't have to share everything with the world. Nobody's business.
Right.
But somehow I have a way of writing. When my writing knocks on my door and says, you need to write about this now and just let it out, then I choose to do that. I'm not going to promote the issue so much, but I will speak to it creative wise, poetically. I won't dig in too much, but I will say that somebody else's lie, the way they're living their life, and they throw it on you and you cover for them, that's not right for you. It's not snitching shit. Let me make that clear. It has nothing to do with snitching or anything like that or any street shit. Not at all, man. Because I can see how that sounds, right? It sounds like that. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with, you get married and then you realize that with the person that you're with is living a lie and you find out that you're the trophy. It's very simple. And I'm not that person. I'm not somebody's project. So again, I was always like, oh, quiet, this is what you do. It happened. Nobody needs to know about it and just keep moving with your life. But somehow I had a conversation with someone recently, one of our people here who I was talking with, and I remember mentioning it, kind of like saying it, but didn't realize that I actually said it. And then the person came back to me and was like, did you just say this and this and this? What happened to that? And then they asked me and I was like, okay. And I kind of said it. And now I'm like, that means that it's ready to be told. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Or am I just talking?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like because some things I don't feel the world needs to know everything about me or you or anybody else. But when I feel like I should say something, I'm going to say it. And I'm going to say it creative wise. So his lie is not my truth. And Miss Cheesecake, what you thought is what happened. Because I know what you're thinking.
Okay. Because I'm like,
that's a whole series by itself. You think 680 Avenue is a story, right? 680 Tinton Avenue. Shout out to my book, by the way. Chapter 2 is already available on Amazon. Yes, Sue Aside, 680 Tinton Avenue. It is great. I'm getting a lot of great feedback. I appreciate it. Look into that. We do talk about suicide. It's a very good book. Not because I wrote it, but because I'm getting good feedback, y'all. So I'm happy about that. But okay, ladies, we're about to go. Talk to me. What you guys got? I know conversations people are not ready to have. Is something going on in Spotify and stereo and everywhere. So Miss Cheesecake, talk to us. What you got going on?
We got conversations people aren't ready to have on Spotify, on stereo. We've got the Layers of Love album. You'll see more. There's a lot more stuff that's going to be coming into the works. I want to give a special shout out to everybody. Happy holidays. I hope everybody enjoys their time. Work on y'all mental health and try to maintain your peace and don't let people get under your skin because they're going to try it. They've been trying it with me all week. But y'all maintain y'all peace. Yes. And shout out to Granny Wowzers. And get some
oh my God. Yes, Granny Wowzers.
Granny, yes.
You see what I'm talking about? Thank y'all for reminding me because that was here. That's in my book. To say shout out to Granny Wowzers. Shout out to Granny Wowzers and to Sunshine. We miss you. We love you. And we're here thinking of you. Okay? Totally. That's terrible. Absolutely. You see, now I'm feeling bad. Okay, Miss Cheesecake, now you got me feeling bad. Now I got to write a poem about that shit. I'm kidding. Cosmic, you got a lot going on. And tell us what's coming because I know you got a book coming. You got so much going on too. Talk to us.
So yes, I have a book coming and it is set to be brought forth most likely.
Don't tell us.
Huh? I know.
Don't say it.
It's coming. It's coming.
That's what we need.
Bringing in the new year, right? So that book will be coming out. You can see right there my website. That's my store. It's a work in progress, but it's coming along.
Yes, it is.
Lots of great stuff there. So go check it out. And what else? If you need a reading, you need some intuitive guidance, you need an intuitive guidance session, I'm here. I have different types of reading. Hit me up and we can chit chat. But other than that, I have a little something that I wrote and it was inspired by you, Miss Cheesecake, and the Poetic Clinic. And I was already writing some things I want to start posting this week, inspirational words and expressions. And so I wrote through this whole show, expanded upon a little something. And I wrote this. This season may ask more of you than you can give. It may bring memories instead of miracles, numbers instead of nourishment, quiet instead of cheer. If so, let this be your permission slip to grieve without guilt, to simplify without shame, to choose softness over spectacles.
Yes.
You are held, even in the unseen spaces, even when joy looks different this year. Light does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it comes as survival.
I love that.
I just wanted to express that.
I love that. Shout out to you, Cosmic, for that. That's beautiful. I like that. That's what a way to kind of, that's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I definitely want to give a big, big shout out to my brothers, Coast the Apache. Give a big shout out to More Better Cheers. Even Mountain Mama, who's out there. Shout out to everyone that's come through Hear Me Out Poetry. We do love y'all. Granny Wowzers, we miss y'all. And everybody's taking care of business, and there's nothing wrong with that. We all have Deaf Poetry. Shout out to you. Shout out to all of the Hear Me Out Poetry family that's out there taking care of business, doing what they have to do. We are always, our doors are always open and we're always here. So just know that. All right. I just want to say I love y'all. And I want to just remind everybody, it's important that we keep this in mind, because I Miss Cheesecake definitely hit on Miss Cheesecake. So did Cosmic Oracle with the prompts and everything. I love what she was saying there. I think it's important. Even in moments or celebration, many of us carry that quiet sorrow of missing people who once stood beside us or who now live far from our reach. And so I want to remind you that sense of longing, it doesn't erase the beauty of the season. It adds depth to it. Okay. Right. Our grief is a reminder of the bonds that shaped us. And those connections, well, they deserve to be honored. So we move forward gently, allowing joy and sadness to share the same space. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with holding on to the comfort of memory, the strength of hope, and the grounding power of faith that steadies the heart. Because within that mix of emotions, we discover a softer, more meaningful kind of peace. And we're always searching for that. I think we all could agree here that we wanna have peace. We want peace. And so with that, hear me on poetry. We love y'all. Stay tuned. We'll be back next Saturday. Toodles to everybody. How is it? How is it, Cosmic? Toodles. Toodles. Love y'all.
Poesía. Poetry. Greek meaning poesía. I create, yo creo, conveying love, at times some anger, lyrical yet magical methods of manifestations. I love it. A way of remembering, holding on to memory, preservation is called poetry. Predating literacy in many languages, 9 elements of poetry, alliteration, assonance, consonance, figurative language, poetry. I love the imagery. Rhyme with me, feeling the rhythm, sometimes bongos, but today cover me. I'm going in with drums and violins. I'm Dr. Poetry, a dancer while I write a stanza, choosing wisely my tone, bailando el son, escuchando la clave. Poetry, feeling the recentering rapidly to the movement of my pen as I express my thoughts through poem. What many refer to poetry, but was Latin really derived from the Romans? Negative, it's from the Phoenicians. La realmente no derivó de los romanos. After all, aren't we all hermanas y hermanos? Honors to all languages as we keep creating. We may all be speaking, but are we really communicating? I see you over there playing investigator all in my hair, pero yo no me ha muerto para que me estén velando. Entiendo lo que estoy falando, mi filia. Fica con calma, nene, no fica así, no fica con rabia, no. No one is shaming you for speaking different languages that connect us all. There's always truth in a lie, and I choose to rely on my frequency. But for me, it's the ability to express my thoughts in several languages. After all, the point of it all is to connect and not disconnect. Protection for the connection. Embrace my affection. In poética dieri, soy doctora poesía, soy la doctora poesial. ¿A qué aconteció como lengua latina? Ella es extinta. What happened to the Latin language? Is it extinct? Is it dead? Está muerto. Que un herculano inició de latín. ¿El dónde veo? ¿De dónde vino? Phoenician derived, said the Romanos. So they added CIC to create a romantic language of French, Romanian, Spanish, and Portuguese. There's always truth in a lie, and I choose to rely on my frequency to embrace all dialects, accents that beautifully remind us of our diversified ancestry. Poesía sounds like a lot, right? I love it. Speaking Latin, Portuguese, and Spanish, but where did it come from? Phoenician. No one is shaming you for speaking different languages. Ninguém tá falando mentira, minha filha. Fica com calma, neném. Da mão não fica assim, não. There's always truth in a lie, and I choose to rely on my frequency. Frequency. Ninguém me está avergonhando você por falar diferente. A linguagem que nos conecta a todos. Yo amo poesía con toda mi alma. Poesía. Feel free to hate on me. I'm Dr. Poetry, and I love poetry.